Welcome to this week's episode. We're going to be we are the worst movie podcast in the world, and we're going to be looking at John Wick, the first one, not any of the sequels, because I know the fourth one probably timeline-wise just came out.
I watched the second one. We were not meant to watch the
second
one.
No, we were watching the first. No, I know you watched the first one. So we're having a little nat-a-nat. We're having a little nat-a-nat.
I didn't watch the movie. I played Fortnite.
Funny, Joe.
John Wick's in Fortnite.
Yeah.
This is the guy from Fortnite.
It is the guy from... They made a whole movie about it, an entire franchise.
But he couldn't build it. This John Wick's weaker than Fortnite John Wick.
Anyway, so this week I'm joined by Joe, Decos, and Ryan.
When he was like shooting at those guys, why didn't he just, build?
Ryan, there was a joke. It was funny. We moved past, and you killed it.
Yeah, so John Wick, in preparation for
I did give hand actions for that as well.
And also in preparation for Ryan's choices for next week, which are going to be, as I understand, pain.
Ooh,
right, and getting into it then, into the introduction, let's just start off strong. Just generally, we're going to find out what people thought of the movie. Straight off the bat, you know what, Joe, you weren't here last week, so I'll let you kind of go. Just general first impressions, like, what did you kind of think about it?
Well, this is the first time I've seen the Fortnite movie.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've watched the third one. Yeah, I've only ever watched the third one. I watched it. Oh. We went to the cinema to watch it.
Who did?
And
I know I didn't.
It was like I know I was with James, so we must have gone because I wouldn't have watched.
Because with James, there's definitely other people.
The third one's the bastard child as well, the John Wick.
Yeah, no one really likes.
I can't even remember.
Why is it got a cerebellum when all of the other ones are just John Wick?
Yeah,
you say nobody liked that one, but everyone universally agrees John Wick gets better with each film. And John Wick
has the exact same rating. Each one has the exact same rating on IMDb of 7.4.
Okay, well, I thought it was my turn to speak, but okay.
No, you don't get to speak.
Just because you have the same rating doesn't mean it's improved.
What? You've just counted your own argument.
These audiences in general think they're the same movie.
No, they don't.
I mean, to be honest, after watching this one, and I remember a little bit about the second one. The third one, and I've seen little clips of the second one. I think if anything, the only
thing I remember about the third one is Halle Berry and her dogs.
No, I don't remember that. Although
I really don't remember the third one.
I have to praise. I think you got to praise the John Wick films for being able to reuse the same story 4 times in a row, and people still seem to like it.
They basically do. Well, I guess it's all the same story. Like, it's just cut into like little. I guess that's why it's chapters, right?
No,
like, it's the same story.
But it is the same script. He needs to kill someone. He goes to the hotel. He kills someone.
Anyway, I mean, spoilers. He doesn't go to the hotel in the fourth one. Just putting it out there.
Oh wow!
He's crazy. Yeah, so there's nothing. But no. I still think the first was the best one out of all 4 of them. But
John Wicks are generally the same, but they're good enough that people come to see the action. What they do. It's a bit like Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible is basically the same. They just see what they do next.
Different stunts. But right, Joe, I do want to get to the centre of the question. What do you think of John Wick 1? Because so far you've talked about all the other ones, but that
no, it's okay. I mean, realistically, this film, the story matters not. Okay, no one cares about the actual details. This film is just a film. You watch it for the fighting. Okay, and it's pretty good.
I like that a lot.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, all right, solid. All right.
It's not. I don't think there's loads to say about it overall. Yeah. But the fighting's good. I like the fighting in it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Solid. All right. Cool. Right. Decos. Anything to add?
No, not really. I don't want to move along. I'm joking. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I've always think John Wick's a solid film. All of them are solid.
Yeah.
I agree with the fact that they basically are the same, but at the same time, there isn't any time in between, really, of the films.
It's true. They are kind of back to back.
Yeah, I
They are.
probably
It's like if you watch
two
the
a
second one, Joe, and then the third one takes off literally. The third one basically starts at the end scene of the second one.
Yeah,
John Wick walks away. John Wick walks away, and then at the start of the third one, John Wick is he's still walking away.
Yeah,
and then he starts getting hunted, and the entire film's just him being hunted. Anyway, enough about John Wick.
Okay, there's a natural pause there. Decos, why is there a shredder in the background of your mic? That sounds
What?
It sounds awful.
I thought it was. I can't hear anything.
You're like, no,
I can't hear.
That's
Just
John
keep
Wick.
it in cool.
It's my fan
John
on my
Wick.
laptop, and also you
Turn
do
on
this
some
every
noise.
time.
That's a fan on your laptop, bro.
No, but it's not.
I mean,
you
I didn't
can't
even
not
notice
heard
it.
it before.
But that poor laptop is dying in the back. I need to hear it.
Yeah, one of the fins on a fan fell off, so now it's noisy.
Oh wow.
Christ.
God damn.
Anyway, you always do this. You're the only one to notice it, so shut the fuck up. Deal with it.
Oh.
Yeah, but if I notice it, people are watching again notice it.
This is this
Are
is
they?
saying
Are
this
they?
is fan gate.
Joe, how many episodes have you edited?
No, it hasn't been there in the previous episodes.
The fan hasn't fucking changed. It's been like this for
Okay.
I'm
years.
saying you can
This
hear it now. Maybe
podcast
it's
is
where your
now
mic
an
is.
episode about fans and noise.
Only fans.
Ooh,
Oh.
did you know we
Subscribe
have
to
a
us.
podcast OnlyFans?
John Wick only fans.
Ooh, no. Podcast OnlyFans. All four of us in lewd situations. This week, positioned like John Wick. Sponsored by Burger King.
What is it with you and Burger King?
They're going to give us that sponsorship. They're going to do it. I know they are. I can smell it. I can smell the
King is
king.
nice though.
Yeah. Anyway,
Nah,
Ryan,
it's
No
overrated.
problem with Burger King
We're on
is
Burger King
they're
right
really
now.
slow.
It's overrated, man.
what did you
No, the
think
only
of the
problem with
overrated.
Burger King is it takes like 20 minutes
Right.
to get food. Just for people.
Yeah, but you wait for quality.
No, I don't.
The
It's fast
king
food.
don't play around in the kitchen.
Unlike John Wick, because it's only an hour and a half, so it's swift and effective.
Is it actually only?
It is only an hour and a half.
Yeah, the first one is the second.
It's
the
an
fourth
hour and a
one-
half. It literally is an hour and a half. I don't know why you're trying to debate me on this.
The
No, there's a
fourth one
little
was
bit-
2
a little
hours
bit
and
of chud
40
on the
minutes.
end.
It was insane.
109. 109.
Wait, how long was the second one, and the third
An
one,
hour
and the fourth one?
Longer, I
What-
think.
Do they get longer with each?
I got
film?
101.
I think they get longer.
They do get longer, yeah.
I have
This
a
is the
feeling
first one.
that this film was meant to be like a one-off action.
It was,
flick.
but
Yeah.
it just did
and
really
then
well.
they just
So
yeah.
they just kept making
Yeah,
more.
the producers
you
of
can tell. You can tell.
the producers and the studios themselves have said, "Yeah, we're too greedy. We're gonna make more
Yeah.
and spin-offs."
You can tell that it's
Yeah,
like,
they're
They're making a
Ana de
TV
Armas
show about
spin-off.
hotels.
Yeah,
of course they are.
and like you know Ana de Armas from like the first Knives Out.
Yeah,
They're doing
Oh,
like
yeah.
one
And
about her
From
called like the
50-year-old
ballerina.
Cameron's Mind.
yeah. Apparently, she's in the
Whoa.
fourth one, isn't she?
No, she's not. She's not in it.
Isn't she? Oh,
No,
what the fuck was it?
I mean,
Oh,
she
okay.
might have been for a
Wikipedia.
second, but like a lot of people were shot in that movie. That's besides the point. All right, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
right.
we're gonna make a spin-off about this character that was shot.
I didn't see. I just didn't see it. To be fair, I was very
Prequel
drunk, so-
story.
Oh, what?
Prequel story.
Okay. Why?
Nice input, Ryan. Thank you.
Nice
Very
input.
much.
Very cool.
Let's move
That's
on.
an
Let's move
opinion
on.
and a half.
Go away.
Is it even worth asking for
story.
Ryan's opinion at the moment?
Dog die. Dog deserve die.
Ah.
That was the worst movie dog I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Why?
but they didn't give
They
him much of a chance. though.
They literally had to grease up John Wick's face to get it to act.
What?
You think I'm kidding? They slathered bacon grease on John Wick's face to get that dog to wake him up. It's the only way they could do it.
The dog was like a
Awful.
day old.
Awful dog. They should recast him, hide Weiner-Dog dog. Weiner-Dog dog could act. That motherfucker deserved
What?
an Oscar.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna
Right,
if
right. Ryan's
if
on the
Weiner-Dog
dog.
got
That's
whacked by
fine.
that goon and died, I'd have been on board with this movie. S tier. Okay, I would have cared about John Wick's dog. I didn't care about the dog. I didn't buy his performance. I could tell he was only interested in the bacon grease and not actually caring for John Wick.
God, dog.
Look, the day we stop asking for, quality in our dog actors, is the day I start watching movies.
Cinemas go downhill when the dog
dies.
Cinemas are falling the day the dogs stop acting
back in the day, you had high quality movie dogs that would actively attack the actors on screen. You know,
I'm so fucking tired to deal with you, bro.
Now we're left with John Wick dog. What was the dog's name? Do you know?
Daisy.
Daisy. It's the name of that's the name of the dog from Snatch. They couldn't even think of anything creative, you know.
Ryan does not like the dog.
Ryan despises the
It
dog.
sounds like you better be careful because Keanu Reeves might like come after you now for saying.
Oh, I've sent him a text. He's on the way. You know, we're gonna. I guess he's gonna kill me.
He's getting in on the podcast.
He's getting in. Yeah.
Ooh, AI Keanu Reeves.
He's gonna kill me. Take over.
And this is where we announce our special guest this week. Whoa.
Keanu Reeves.
Insert picture of John Wick.
Oh, Digas's laptop just shut down.
Nice. He doesn't have a
Let's move. Let's continue.
Oh, wait. Does that mean he cut? All right, yeah. Right. We're just going to have to plow on with this bad boy. Right. Logline showed. Oh, I might actually stand a chance now. Logline showdown.
Well, against the Alliance.
Yes.
This is the greatest Logline.
Oh, it's only blue screen. He'll be back. And in greater numbers.
Yeah. Well, if he's back in time for his logline, then he's back in time for his logline. Anywho. Rolling with it. Right. Who wants to go? Who's got a logline pre-prepared? Who's got one ready?
I've got a quality pre-prepared one.
Right. Ryan, go ahead.
A sentimental ex-assassin has his dog murdered by his old employer, and then he goes burr at his old employer. Well, his employer's son, but that doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. Yes, the dog is his wife.
The dog was a metaphor.
The dog was a metaphor.
The dog was a metaphor.
What is that?
What is that noise?
What am I hearing?
What is that?
What is that?
Is that Ryan?
What?
Decos. He's back. Coming to you live from hell.
Yeah, we're not cutting this. Yeah, Decos is trying to scramble back into existence with whatever the hell's going on his mic. He's got a laptop shutting down on him.
The spirit realm.
Alright. Oh,
is he here now?
Was that him? Decos?
Low res.
He's back.
He's back.
If you look on our group chat, you can see got the blue screen of death.
We saw. Oh. Don't worry, we only just got through Ryan's logline.
While he's here and his computer's lasting, we should get Decos to say his before he gets killed again.
Oh yeah, Decos logline.
My logline.
Yes.
Yeah,
my logline. Bold of you to assume I have one.
He's
a master cat. Shut the fuck up. Made me mess it up. I thought about this.
Okay.
A masterclass of well-paced action and a stunning lineup of Keanu Reeves, William Dafoe, and the late Lance Reddick. Rest in peace.
No.
Playing the sympathy value.
You know what?
That's a low blow.
And his name is Willem Dafoe.
Oh.
Because his name sounds like a frog was saying it. Okay? You uncultured swine.
I hope my laptop dies again.
I hope it does.
Right,
as well.
Joe, off you go. Do your logline.
Okay. Jonathan Wick, the world's most efficient hired gun. Alright, wow, are we just interrupting now?
Let Joe speak.
Jonathan Wick, the world's most efficient hired gun, is pushed to its absolute limits when confronted with the biggest job of his life. It will take patience. It will take bravery. It will take leadership. It is dog sitting. And also pew pew guns and shit.
He owns that dog though.
I don't care.
No,
technically his
Hang
wife
on.
owns it. And he also kidnaps a dog at the end.
How did his dead wife get the approval to adopt that dog? It's like quite a rigorous process.
Hey, yeah, in England, this is America, Ryan. They just hand you out guns. Of course, I just give you a dog.
That's
dog and an AK.
Maybe she got it for him.
Use your 9mm in your
Yeah.
She probably traded some child like an M14 for the puppy.
All right, yeah, throwing out the logline. Right, so John Wick is a small town assassin who dreams of one day competing as a high assassin man. However, poor John Wick has 2 strikes against him. He's not built for assassinating, and he's terribly afraid of heights to achieve his dream.
Right,
John Wick.
Remember last week we said if Cameron did planes, he would lose a point?
Yeah,
John
-point.
Wick.
-point is going on.
John Wick turns to naval aviator. I'm trying to remember anyone. I'm trying to remember anyone else's name. Let's say a dog, Daisy. So it's the naval aviator, Daisy. Daisy helps John Wick qualify to take on Rip Slinger? The fuck is that? The race no, the Assassin Circuit's defending champion. John Wick's courage faces the ultimate test as he takes aim at heights he never dreamed were possible.
Stop this. Stop this. This is too silly.
Yeah, can we just stop now? Can we just stop? You're not going to get a point. There's no point. You're on -1 point now.
Honestly, minus a point. It was said last week.
It's been done. It's been done.
Actually, it wasn't last week. 2 weeks ago.
No, it was last week. Because last week he did Cars 3.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh.
Right, let's go scoring.
Right.
Cameron's on -1.
There is a.
The
problem is there is a planes too. So
is there?
Yeah. You're a -1, by the way.
I guess with the power of movie magic, I've now been sent to -1.
Yeah, you have. Right, Cameron, what's your vote?
Hey,
for
look,
this
I have to put in effort. All right, swapping those names and what they're doing is different.
You just read it. Not only were you warned, you also.
I don't care. All right, I was having a little laugh with a hoot. I don't mind. Right, yeah, let's go to the vote again.
Your last hoot, bucko.
Let's go to the votes. I think Joe should vote first. Joe?
What was Joe's? No. Joe's. I can't vote for Joe's.
No. All right. Well, there we go. So let's go straight into the scoring then. Joe,
we've got to start with Cameron. No, we start with Cameron. It's the rule.
Cameron, we start with you because you're an agent of chaos and cannot be trusted.
We start with you because you make political moves.
Yeah. Cameron, go now.
All right. I will vote for. Let me think. I like Joe's pew pew bit, so Joe, I'm going to vote for you.
Hey, thank you.
All right, Ryan, you vote.
I'm going to be the true agent of chaos. I'm going to vote for Cameron.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The effort. I was swapping names sometimes. What they were doing.
I've got to respect a man who is willing to take a 1 point now. For the sake of a bit that's not even that good.
Decos, who are you voting for?
Well, he said Cameron's never going to leave mine 0 points, so I'm going to vote Cameron so he goes back to 0.
Yes!
Oh, God.
This is truly the day of days.
Well, Cameron's won anyway.
Yeah. Well, no, because I could vote for Ryan and then. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, he has. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. All right, yeah. Okay, then we'll vote for Cameron. He gets back to 0.
Who would you have voted for?
I probably would have. I don't know. I might have voted for you or Ryan. That's the only ones I would have voted for.
Joe.
Fuck you and your planes. Alright, so Cameron finally earns a point, but gets
he doesn't earn a point, he merely damage controls himself.
Yeah. Alright.
This is the biggest dub I've ever seen in this podcast.
Logline he's gonna win is the one that sends him from -1 to 0.
Yeah.
There we go. Right, so using a little bit of We'll get, you know what? I got my little pouch of what is this?
Little bit of
pixie dust over here. Sprinkle it on the screen, and then let's give it a sprinkle.
Joke, not land. You
I'm
then
back
did
to
an
zero.
awkward laugh at
This is a monumental day.
Wow,
If you think I deserve to get above 0 points to get to 1 point, leave a comment saying how bad these guys are at voting. In fact, leave a comment saying you would give me a point. If we get 5 comments,
you can't.
If we get 5 comments saying Cameron should go up to 1 point, we'll put it to 1 point. There we go. 5 comments.
No, we will not. We will remove his point again.
We'll never get it. I'm campaigning.
This guy is a politician.
God.
5 comments or 10 likes.
Yeah.
If we get 10 likes, I also get a point. So 5 comments or 10 likes.
If we get 100,000 views, he'll go up to 1 point.
No.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
We'll give you a point for 100,000 views.
Comments will be
before the next video.
When we hit those 5 comments, I'm gonna ascend as a human being. You'll see. You'll be laughing on the other side of your faces. Right, all right, cool. That's the point section done. Let's head straight into the general discussion. We've got Lance Reddick staring back at us. It's a solemn day. Although
rest in peace, Zavala.
Yeah,
rest in peace.
Right.
I actually didn't know he was in this film either, so it was quite a pleasant surprise.
You watched the 3rd one. How do you not know this?
Fucking years ago. Yeah, but bro, I had watched that one when it came out, which was like 2-3 years ago, and I ain't watched any of them since.
Right, okay. And we roll. So, yeah, general discussion. Let's roll into the, story bit. What did people just think of this? Obviously, we've had the logline, which is overall, what the movie was about. But what did people think of the story straight off the bat? The story... I know that the story's straightforward.
Was so good, they did it 4 times.
It's straightforward, but it's... You're only a little bit
and shooting. Okay, this film is just shooting.
Right.
What is, considering the whole point was just action, it had a solid story.
It doesn't need a story.
The story was pretty weak.
It did a solid story of the fact of creating John Wick and why he was so feared.
Yeah, I thought they did that bit well. Apart from they build him up. You're like, oh shit, what's he gonna do?
In terms of the story of building him up,
exactly,
it's solid. The story itself, if you remove the fact of John Wick or something, and you just put the story in a different film, it's a pretty weak film. But it does do supports the story, and it builds a solid film.
This film doesn't need story because it's
built on the reaction of the characters. I don't think
the action's good enough to
all right, yeah, now he's just
go
lying.
For the lack of story.
You're lying now. What do you mean?
I just didn't think the action is. It's all right the first time they do it, but it is just kind of after that nightclub scene, it kind of becomes a bit repetitive. It's like there's only so many.
Is the peak of this film.
There's only, but that's the best bit of the film, and then from there on out, you're just oh, okay, he's gonna shoot more people in the head in a predictable way. Wow.
She's gonna peel more potatoes in a predictable way.
This film could have been a TV show.
You can say anything's predictable at any point because everything.
That's like me turning around a couple of weeks ago and going, "Oh, he's chopped his finger off again."
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I don't mean like predictable in the sense of. I was having a good time. Okay, I don't mean predictable in the sense of the actual show. Not the show, the actual story. I mean predictable in the sense that it uses a lot of the same set pieces for the action that action films before and since do, where it's sort of it kind of takes you out of it because it's just a really cheesy, where it's like a cheesy bit. I
understand what you mean, but I feel like for a first film they played a bit safe, especially if they didn't know if they were going to make more.
It's just shit oh, I'm gonna go shoot this guy. Oh, he's not there. Where is he? Oh, he's behind me. I'm not. I'm not jumping out of my seat for that one. It was just mid, especially towards the end.
From my understanding,
from where he's in that chair, from where he's in the chair about to be killed by the guys. If you know that bit,
yeah.
I felt like the movie just lost all steam, and the pacing from there on out felt completely off because it was just like waiting for the next action scene where he kills the guy. I know there's not a lot more to it than the action, but the action becomes too repetitive. It becomes just waiting for those action until the ending just sort of ends.
The ending to me was a bit underwhelming, and I was also a bit.
Honestly, in my opinion, if he killed the son before the whole bag scene, that would have made a lot more sense because it's sort of we had this story of him trying to kill the son. Then there's this thing of the piss of the dad, and then
that whole thing was a bit strange. Like the final fight scene, I don't understand why out of everyone the old fucker gave him the most trouble, and like what, and also why did
ended like a Marvel movie?
Why did he fucking like stab himself? Like telling me like after he's wiped out hundreds of trained gunmen. He did.
He got stabbed.
No, the guy went to stab and
he was stopping him and then intentionally stabbed himself so he could reverse the knife and stab him back. But it's like I feel like out of everything we'd seen throughout the entire film, he could have easily overpowered that old bastard. Like, why was that such a struggle? Like, why did he have to risk stabbing himself to be able to then grab the knife on him?
The whole point is he sees the play.
You say that, but he almost got beaten by that woman. He almost got beaten by the guy's body.
But the woman was a trained assassin.
Are you saying that women can't be trained assassins or stronger than men in fights?
Oh.
I'm saying
that Russian guy, that old Russian guy, was an absolute beef kick. He's the head of his game. He's the top of a crime syndicate. He's got to know how to fight.
He's a hard. He might be. No, you don't know. He might be
you don't know that.
Slightly above average. Like he's good at shooting, but the rest of it, he's kind of like he's getting his ass beat the entire time. That's part of the genre of the film. He's scraping on by.
Okay, he doesn't get his ass beat. He literally tries to shoot another guy.
Are you saying getting stabbed on me? I'm going to stab you, and see how you feel. What do you mean? He got shot multiple times.
You can tell.
He's not beat. He's just got bullets.
You can tell.
What?
You can tell at his peak he was lethal and all the stuff they were saying, but you can tell he's out of shape and out of touch because it's been a while.
That's why
you can tell some of the moves that some of the moves he did, you can tell that's really cool, but you can sort of feel like they're sort of rusty. Like he's older than if it was shot 20 years ago, then yeah, it would be clean and all that stuff. But you can tell he's been out of it and he was retired.
Yeah, you can tell about 100 times.
I still think the best part of the film is seeing the reactions people have. I love the reactions that people have to it. Like when the kid comes, like I just did this into like the John Wick guy, and they're like, what? What did you do? Come on, like, well, you're dead. Whatever. I just love that. I love that bit. It was like, you stupid bastard. What have you done?
I didn't. It felt like a Michael Bay movie in that moment.
I very much enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Because they were just kind of like building
black and white. Your opinion's a bit myth.
It's called classic Hollywood. Okay, they're literally, considered some of the greatest films ever. But whatever.
Yeah, by people who.
Yeah, by old people.
By old people who, in my opinion, don't.
We're on a movie podcast. That movie, I will force.
Yeah, but I
will force you fuckers to pick from a list of black and white films. I do not.
No,
just not showing up.
This week I've been nice with my movie picks, though.
The only black and white film I will watch is Logan in black and white.
Did they do that?
What about The Lighthouse?
Yeah, they did. They did it in a noir version. Oh, maybe The Lighthouse.
Yeah, because that's a modern black and white. We're talking old ones with like the cringe ass comedy, like The Fools and Horses.
Yeah, like Charlie Chaplin.
The what?
Nothing.
Fucking Charlie Chaplin films.
Also, did you just say only Fools and Horses?
I know it's not in black and white, but the comedy is cringe.
Cringe.
It's that boomer physical comedy. See, I know I'm getting into Ryan's soul right now. I'm burrowing in. Nah, I'll leave it be. Right, next bit.
wait until we avoid a Quentin Tarantino film.
Oh, the effects, the camera, the action. What do we think? I had a good time with it.
You can avoid Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, true.
I had a great time.
The action is quite good, to be honest. In terms of physical stunts and all that, considering what we get nowadays from Marvel and all that stuff with a lot of CGI, I'd say it's up there, pretty solid. I enjoyed it. I like the stuff like where he threw the guy onto the kitchen counter and just fucking broke his neck. That was fun.
Yeah, that was.
I had a good time.
Camera action. The cameras, they're only really good when following John Wick killing people. The rest of the time they're a bit. Yeah, but there's stuff like the camera cuts and the when they're zooming in on someone's face while they're talking over the phone. Stuff like that. That's a bit
very Cocaine Bear-esque.
Yeah, it's a very mid. You can tell all the money and the care went into the action scenes, which is understandable. But yeah, there is a quality and difference. And towards the acting, the dad, the mafia boss, he can act. Keanu Reeves can act. I don't think the son can. The son pissed me off.
Well, I feel like part of the joy is that Keanu Reeves kind of can't act. That's like part of the thing.
Actually, saying that.
Yeah. That's pretty much his entire line. In John Wick 4, he only has 300 words in the entire film, and every single one of them is him just going,
I would like to say,
it adds to it. It adds to it.
I would like to say in every single trailer for all John Wick films, it is. So what do you need? Guns. Lots of guns.
They use the same script, man. I'm telling you.
Actually, backtracking, I retract my statement about the mafia boss can act because his accent slips a few times.
His accent, oh my god. Oh, let's talk about this. The accent yet again
with a pencil.
With a
fucking
pencil.
Like, what the fuck was that?
His accent was pretty good until certain bits, and it just slipped. Like, he can do it when just talking, but when he has to add enthusiasm or a certain emotions, it just goes to pot.
I'll tell you what, actually, it's funny. This is one thing I think this film was missing. Okay, like that scene is one of like the more memorable scenes. You know, when he's talking about John Wick. And telling the story about Baba Yaga, and telling him about...
the way he goes, he's not the Baba Yaga. He's the one you fucking sent to kill the Baba Yaga. Like, he does that exactly. American.
And they build it, but, like, that scene's a very memorable one. And also the story about John Wick killing people with pencils. I would have liked to have seen John Wick kill people in more, like, creative ways. Like, it is just him running and shooting. Like, okay,
I know we've referenced
anyone with a gun.
Wick.
Anyone with a gun can go blast people. I wanted to see him like use pencils, or like if he's at a nightclub, like I don't know, fucking
bit like the Equalizer
with Denzel Washington. I've never seen that shit.
They do
basically
that
he's like John Wick.
In the second one, he does kill someone with a pencil.
I know. I have no. I think
actually,
the third one.
Relating to the second one. The second one, it basically is John Wick 1, but it's got better Russian accents.
Maybe it's the second one that I've seen, not the third one. Because I remember I have seen one where I've seen somebody kill someone with a pencil.
But the second one's the Italian guy, isn't it? Or was that the third one?
No, that's the second one. Is he has to kill the Italian
the second
guy.
one also
I don't remember.
Which is the one
he kills a French guy.
Which is the one where he ends up in like a desert at one point?
That's the third one.
That's the third one.
Okay, I've seen.
He's excommunicado and he's got the Yakuza and shit of people.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
But I know that the cousin of the mafia guy is in one of the.
Donnie Yen? What is his name?
Yes, he's blind.
Yeah, and he's blind.
He's not blind in real life.
Yeah,
but...
he's blind in every. I swear, most films. At least the two films I've seen.
He's not blind in Ip Man. And Ip Man is he trained Bruce Lee basically. He trained.
Ryan has been deadly silent ever since I brought up the Fools and Horses thing, and I feel genuinely bad. Ryan.
I don't like Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, I thought you liked. I saw you had like mugs around your house with that on it. Was that something else?
My dad likes it.
That's a very Ryan-esque show, I think.
That's a very
Ryan. It gives off Ryan vibes.
Show. Yeah, you know,
Ryan?
transphobia.
I want
homophobia, things
to.
like
I
to
want
say.
to ask a question. I want to ask a
yeah.
question about this film, though.
Ooh,
One
he's
thing that-
questioning.
One thing that
We'll
like
save it to the end. We don't know. We don't want to know what we know with Joe.
One thing that confused me was like, you
Keanu,
know,
where's the Joker?
no. Obviously, you go through this whole film, okay?
Yeah.
Why at the end does he just kidnap some poor woman's dog?
That's his dog now.
It's true, yeah,
I
he just nicked- that was I found out too. He just nicked the dog.
He
It was
just
an animal
nicked
shelter, so
somebody's
no
dog.
one owned it. It's
was
like
a
No,
vet.
it wasn't. It was a vet. That's why all
I
the
would like to
equipment was
know-
in there. It was
a
a
vet.
vet.
No, it's just
So
an
that
animal
was
shelter.
some poor woman's dog that they've took in
No,
'cause they've
it
got
was
like
an
a
animal
poorly egg.
shelter where they
How
were
would you know it was an animal shelter? How do you know?
euthanized dogs. Because what fucking vets are located in the docks?
And what vet keeps like
I don't know,
crates
but they're
of dogs
usually
around?
charities, so they can't
Vet-
exactly
yeah,
get
and
prime
what
real
vet
estate.
dogs
It's
come
What
in
are
crazy.
your
you on
operate
about?
them
You
and they
ever
go
been
home.
to a vet? They keep all the
Yes,
animals
I've
in
been
like
to a vet. I have a
cages.
They
cat.
keep
Why
them in
do you
those
not have
cages
that?
in the
I
actual
haven't-
animal shelter. They keep them in genuine place. They don't keep
Yeah.
them in
Not
those
in
fucking things, do they?
America.
Look,
Hey man,
all
in
I'm
Wiener
saying
Dog,
is,
they
the
kept
point of
Wiener
this-
Dog in a cage very similar to that.
John,
Okay.
but why?
So,
Why would they
clearly-
have? Okay, if it was a vet, if it was a where they're euthanizing dogs, and why did they have all the equipment to help dogs? Like they had the stapler for
Because
stitching
they've
up
got
wounds.
dogs. Because
They had
they have dogs
medicine.
in there. They have to care for them because they're there.
But they're going to get euthanized. So why they need to be
Yeah,
cared
No,
for?
because
you
only
just said.
some dogs get euthanized. The animal shelter, they try to give away part of the dogs, but the dogs no one takes.
The
They
only other
euthanize
thing
them.
I can think of is that Russian
And why
guy
did he pick?
owned...
Why did he pick a
Listen,
shit dog?
It's not a shit
True.
dog. Do
He
not
picked a
disrespect
shit dog.
Ryan, you say true because you hate dogs.
He
Oh,
should have
it's
picked
literally
something.
here.
He
It's
should-
literally
Give it a
in,
shit dog.
in the John Wick, like the you know, like
John Wick
fandom.com, like wiki. Like John
Darren's
Wick
on the
is seen
fandom.
entering an animal shelter to heal his wounds from his fight with Vigo.
How do you know that's a reliable source?
Yeah.
It looks
For
like
all
it
we
is.
know, Decos could have wrote that because
Yeah.
he knows a lot about
No.
John Wick.
Let's
But anyway, the only other thing I can think of to make it... The only thing I can make it think of is the guy went to get into a helicopter, which means he may own that part of the dock, so that may be his dog fighting shelter, where he looks after them or kills them.
Also, why didn't he just get in the helicopter? That dumb bastard stayed and tried to fight John Wick after he just
'Cause he's
massacred
drunk.
all his men. But the helicopter was like right there, and was the pilot just sitting there going, "Oh, I guess I'll wait and see what happens here."
Just looks back. I'm not fucking getting paid for this, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the helicopter guy did nothing.
I like
John Wick
the
could've killed
American.
him, by the way.
I did like the American guy with the Russian guy just going, "English, please." What the fuck? And especially at the end, was like, "I need a
Oh,
fucking
I didn't
gun.
like him.
I need a gun."
Oh, I did not like him. I cannot
Anyway.
see. I cannot see him as anything but the Vulture from
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He just is
Anyway.
not. He does not give
Anyway.
anything other than himself.
Where do you think this performance in the Willem Dafoe films?
Bad. I was surprised.
Oh
he's
yeah,
even
this
in
is
this
he didn't
film.
really
this is
give
one of
enough
Willem
of
Dafoe's
a-
weakest, I think.
They didn't really give him enough to.
Well, why
Willem-
did they
Willem
need?
Dafoe.
Imagine casting
Yeah, he
Willem
felt
Dafoe
unnecessary.
as literally like they were just there so they can make their own story make sense. Like, oh, he
Well,
saved John Wick. Like, what?
You say he's unnecessary, but without him, John Wick would have been dead twice.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, this character was just there so they could make their own story make sense. Like, they needed this one character that just so happened to know where John Wick was taken all the time and was able to set up a perfect sniper spot to save him every time. Like, what? This guy's fucking the John Wick, mate. He's able to teleport places. Like, is he just following him constantly? Like,
I guess. I mean, that is his job.
I mean,
Yeah,
his
but-
job was to kill
If
him.
my job was to kill someone, I'd be following them constantly.
but why did he agree to the terms of the mafia boss and not just go, okay, John? Like, listen, John, they've told me they'll pay me if I kill you, but I'm going to help you out. Let's take them out together.
Probably because he
What?
would have killed him then and there for saying no.
And also, no, he could have said yeah, but then gone to John and be like, "Yo,
Yeah, then he
they're
gets
paying
killed.
me this
Like,
money to
He
kill you,
probably
and
wanted
me
to,
and you
but
can
just
work
like couldn't bring
together."
himself to. He's like, this guy's an
But
old pal.
if
I'm not gonna do
those
it.
two
You
had
could see
worked
the whole point was
together,
that he was conflicted. That was like the point.
He ain't conflicted.
I don't know. That's a bit of or whatever. They've got Ruby Rose, who basically is the same person, but instead of giving her cringy lines, they make her mute.
Yeah, that's good. That's what we want.
Hey, we like a little bit of cringe, a little bit of cheese here and there. You know, give me those cheesy lines. I don't mind them as long as they're few and far between. You gotta have them. It adds to it.
Does it?
Yeah,
I want to
man.
know what the value of those weird like gold.
Everyone's
tokens
like,
are.
I mean, the new Resident Evil 4 remake is great, but everyone's like, but the original one had better lines because it had those cheesy lines, like where like someone's like, "Hand me the girl," and he's in the original, like in the new one, he says, "No, that's not going to happen." But the original was like, "How about no, bro?" And it's like, that's way cooler.
Actually, regarding Resident
no,
Evil
bro?
4, the only thing I was hearing about is the fact that the remaster's less provocative.
It is, yeah. They nerfed it. They covered everybody up.
know.
It's like no,
Yeah.
but to be fair, I didn't play the original one, so I can't tell. To me, it's great.
We
I
like
love it,
boobs.
but it says everyone else. You got pretty positive. Anyway, less about Resident Evil 4, more about John Wick 1. I feel like we've covered the effects and stuff. I feel like we've rambled a bit here.
The
rambled
biggest
podcast.
problem is with John Wick is if you start thinking about it,
There's not
you
much.
get confused in what film you're thinking about.
It's not
Like
that
if you watched all
No,
the
that's
John
the
Wicks
problem.
back to back to back to back, you'd be fucking confused of what happened where.
pigeons,
Oh yeah,
bro.
but again, I still feel like it was
Yeah,
only research.
the fucking pigeons in the other one. What? Fucking
I mean,
Neo.
again, the
Neo,
point of them
fucking-
is they get like solid viewing experiences. You go, you have a pretty good time. You just bounce.
Yeah, I had
It's
pretty
a fun
I
film.
enjoyed it. I did
As long
enjoy
as you
it.
go in, as long as you go
I
into
wish I'd
the
have watched
film,
anything else.
You gave it 3.
knowing-
No, you didn't. We saw your letterbox.
as long as you go into
Good.
this
That is
film
great.
above
knowing that
average
it's
score.
just
That is a level of
fighting,
enjoyment from that.
fighting and shooting and
Tired
Keanu
Ryan's
Reeves
cranky,
not
Ryan.
saying stuff. As long as you're
Yeah,
aware of
silly
that when you
burn.
watch it,
Yeah.
then you'll enjoy the film.
There we go. Right. Let's go on to the rating then.
He's like a more serious Deadpool.
We're giving this thing a score. Let's score it. We're heading straight into that. Right. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go with the quietest person in the podcast this week. We're gonna go with Ryan. Ryan.
Well, we know where this is going.
Yeah. What would you give it out of S to the void? Whereabouts would you place it?
Probably
No.
C or D tier for me. I'm leaning
Alright.
towards D tier just because I know you guys are going to put it probably a bit higher and below the score, but it's kind of forgettable.
What films are in?
It doesn't feel like it's doing anything new. It
In
just feels
C
like it
tier,
does
we have Chopping Mall
well.
and Banshees of Inisherin.
And
There's
we have
nothing in
in
D.
D tier.
Nothing.
But
D
in
tier is
E
empty.
tier,
I enjoyed Banshees of Inisherin more. Same with Chopping Mall. Same with literally every movie above it, I enjoyed more. Every movie above, I'm going D. Every movie above D, I enjoyed more.
Yeah, that makes
every
sense.
movie below, I enjoyed less.
That's fair enough.
From a Ryan
It
point
just
of view,
didn't.
that's fair.
The action just wasn't good enough.
He's
for
a
it to
unique
be
man.
all about the action. It didn't like, and if it had like changed the action, you know.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's well
man.
known for its
Like-
action. That's like the whole reason.
Like
we got
if it
3
after that
sequels.
nightclub scene, if those final action scenes were better, it would be a better movie. 'Cause
I
then
wanted
it's sort
to
of like,
see
so you know
fighting
you've
on
got
a
it
helicopter.
stays fresh throughout. Whereas it kind of just it kind of just felt like
Look,
it peaked
Even
and then
Crank
just
had helicopter shooting. All right.
yeah.
And this
Crank was
film
a better
didn't.
action movie than this, and it came out almost a decade.
Well, technically, it might be more accurate because if you count the amount of bullets fired and when he reloads, it's accurate to the
What?
weapon.
I don't. That is the most
Fun
horrendous.
fact.
No.
I did not
No.
count.
He goes
Right, all
definitely
right, cool. We got
counted.
Brian's score. Right, Joe, your score.
Where's James when we need him? He would count. He's the sort of
Yeah.
guy to count.
Isn't John Wick one of James' like favorite
It
films?
is.
I'm gonna put it. I don't think it's as bad enough to go in D tier, but it's definitely not as. I'll put it C. It's a mid tier film. It's got good action, but that's about it. And
All right.
Crank had a bit more of an interesting story and good action.
I don't think crank, so.
So I'm going to say C. I'm going to say C. I'm going to put it on the same tier as Chopping Mall and Banshees.
All right, Decos. What are you thinking?
What films are where again? Sorry, just so I can.
S tier, we've got Everything Everywhere All at Once. In A tier, we've got Fight Club, Puss in Boots, and Le Mans. B tier, we've got Crank. C tier, Chopping Mall and Banshee. D tier is currently vacant. E tier, we got Glass Onion. F tier, we got Ant-Man. And The Void is got its grasps on
Fall. Yeah.
only The Fall.
I want to put it in low B for the sole fact that I've seen a lot of mid-tier action films, and this is one of the better ones.
All right, cool. Decos puts it in B.
So I'm gonna put B.
I'm already starting to see the problem here. I'm starting to see where it's about to turn up because I was going to give it an A tier. So now we don't know where we're at.
Okay, I don't know if I like the film, but I don't know if I can agree with that.
Yeah, I'm probably there.
Please justify the A tier. That's what
I just enjoy
the rating out of
I enjoy the film. Well, the thing is, I feel like if I go into it, it's going to start causing a lot of. It's going to start causing a lot of problems.
Go into it. Come on, that's the point.
We're a movie podcast.
I actually quite like the action in it. I didn't think it was mid. I thought it was great. I actually liked it. I just like it was straight. It was short. It was concise. I just went for it. I like the little foreboding thing of the whole. I really enjoy it. I quite like it. I think it's a really good action film. I enjoy it. I thought when it came out in 2014, it was quite a breath of fresh air. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it came out in 2014. Damn, that's old. It's almost 9 years old for a 9-year-old film.
Not legal yet, Decos. Don't.
Shut the fuck up. I have a wife. She's legal.
You do not have a wife. You're fiancé. You haven't married.
To clarify that.
Anyway. A, B, C, D. Where the fuck does it go then?
I think we should put it in C because Decos was a low B.
I think C.
Decos was a low B.
Low B because
I was on the edge of CD.
A is so far from what everyone else is saying.
It's not the quality of Fight Club or Le Mans at all.
I enjoyed it about the same.
Film. I could see it being on par with Chopping Mall, even if it's slightly worse.
Man, you guys are correct, but it's an average consensus, so I'm not going to argue with it. It makes complete sense on an average sense.
But unpopular opinion, I think it's better than Fight Club, but I don't think it's A tier, so let's leave that one.
Fight Club is literally me, for real.
Alright, well, if you want to pop it
after watching Fight Club, Decos, are you telling me that you didn't go off, get a mental disorder, and start setting up fight clubs across the country?
I had one before.
A fight club?
But I didn't set up fight clubs.
I don't know what's going on. Right, where do we want to put it then? Where are we? So I'm assuming we're going to put it high. I think we have to put it as the highest.
So you're telling me that in the past you've imagined Brad Pitt fighting you?
Right, so using the power of movie magic, we're going to cut here and we're going to put it to thing. Give me a second. 3, 2, 1. With the power of movie magic, John Wick is now in C tier based on the average consensus. So there we go. If people want to come after anyone, do not come after me. Right. Moving on to the What's to Know with Joe. What's to Know with Joe? Wouldn't we want to know? I've forgotten the lines.
Anyway, moving on.
What's to Know with Joe? Where we get to know what Joe wants to know. Joe, what do you want to know? Joe, go.
I want to know who.
He didn't prepare a question.
Better. I did.
Oh.
Who is the better dog actor?
In
your opinion? And in our lineup, we have Daisy from John Wick. I've also got down on my list here Sam from I Am Legend.
Oh,
right.
Sam.
Scooby-Doo.
He's not a real dog.
Weiner-Dog from the Weiner-Dog. Hey, listen to the list. Weiner-Dog from the Weiner-Dogs. Perito from Puss in Boots. Or Doug from Up. Which is the better dog?
Three of those dogs aren't real.
3 of them are played by human beings, so they're instantly a very distinct
Don't take away from the movie magic.
Right. I would like to add another one to the list. The Rock as Superdog.
No, The Rock only plays The Rock.
Okay. I would like to make a case for Weiner-Dog.
Okay.
I don't understand what you're talking about, Weiner-Dog. I haven't seen the film.
Give me a second.
I'm
creating the slide.
What's he doing?
Adding slides now?
Nah. He's not. He's not allowed to make a slide to back of his butt. This is the point. We're just giving personal opinions. Who are you trying to convince? Yourself?
Look at Weiner-Dog and tell me that
there's no
the best
slide.
boy.
I can't find it. I'm flicking through them all. There's none. What are you on about?
There's one at the bottom.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Right. There's Weiner-Dog. There he is in all his glory.
On a skateboard.
Look.
Weiner-Dog's case is he skates, he shits down the road,
and he's owned by Danny DeVito.
He's got a ballad about him.
He's owned by Danny DeVito.
And his name,
I feel like Scooby-Doo is a theme song.
Her name, actually, Weiner-Dog's a she. Her name at the end is Cancer.
Right. Wow.
Weiner-Dog has a strong case.
Alright, so Ryan goes for Weiner-Dog.
I literally just opened up TikTok, and the first TikTok I saw was someone saying it bothers me that some people only view John Wick as meaningless action movies when it's literally fed as some of the cleanest shots in cinema.
Weiner-Dog. We're talking about Weiner-Dog.
Anyway, Dekos, who do you think the best? And if you have your own option, then by all means, do tell. Who do you think the best dog actor?
Yeah, I'm going with Scooby-Doo because it's played by a human, and he's got his own theme song. Multiple series based on him. More than multiple, hundreds of films. But actually, probably not hundreds. Over 30 films. Some of which are pretty solid. Live action ones. He's been CGI'd. The budget on that. People are gonna love him to pay to CGI.
He's a great actor. I'm surprised he ain't got an Oscar yet.
I am surprised he hasn't got an Oscar either. He's got a gang, a whole ass gang. He solves mysteries. He discovers
Scooby-Doo, part of a gang.
Hell yeah!
Cancel Scooby-Doo.
Cancel Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo gang violence. All right, Dekos, who do you think the best dog actor is?
Scrappy.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can allow that. I don't know if I can allow that.
There's a dog here that hasn't been mentioned.
Go on.
Pudsey the dog.
Pudsey the dog? Where's that?
Pudsey the dog.
Big red dog. Sorry,
because as soon as you start going down this, there's too many dogs to fit into this.
How did we forget about Pudsey the dog? Okay, it won Britain's Got Talent. It has a movie about it.
Oh yeah.
The film received negative reviews, and it earned 2.6 million from a 2.5 million budget.
Right.
David Walliams voiced the dog.
Movie podcast in the world. Thank you for listening to our John Wick episode. I'm sorry for the probable train wreck that it's turned into. I don't know what.
This is a great episode, guys. Well done.
Weiner-Dog for President 2024.
What's the film for next week?
Yeah, Murder Mystery 2. Thanks for listening, everybody, and observing if you were actually watching the slides and everything. Like the socials, leave a comment. Leave 5 comments if you want me to get a point, or 10 likes. It'll happen, I'm telling you. It's going to be the most commented and liked video out of all of them. I guarantee it. Yeah, see you guys next week. Everyone say bye.
Bye.